Hello, and welcome to the Whostorian podcast video live. Hi, Shannon.
I love how you're tentatively looking. Is it right? Is it right? Is it on? Is it on?
Well, you can see the blue lights on the camera.
I can barely see the blue lights on the camera.
We're here.
Yeah. Look into the light.
From your palatial apartment?
Palatial. Yeah, palatial. Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Camera trickery, sir. It makes it look palatial.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I do like my fireplace, though. I'm a fan
I like
of
the
that.
fireplace. This is the... oh, look at the Spider-Man behind us, too. Wouldn't even know.
Yeah, Kenny got me those. Yeah, those are the... my Kenny, or my Kenny, my comic book ones. Yeah, they're there's a lot more to them that I can get that I'm going to plaster around the place. Actually, this is a post-Christmas, post-New Year's special.
Yes,
but we're in the festive,
We're still in the festive mood. I still have my Santa hat. You still have your elf.
Only you would have a black Santa hat.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very black.
It works.
Very, Grinch is what you are.
No, sir, not even.
It's a Grinch. It's a Grinch. I, sir, am wearing the #1 National Hockey League, #1 right now in the league, Washington Capitals, folks. Your next Stanley Cup champions.
It's amazing because he's a Leafs fan.
I'm a Leafs fan in Canada. They're my favorite Canadian team, and this is my favorite American team. Shut up, I can have two. Shut up.
Uh-huh.
What are you saying? What are you, Los Angeles Kings, or where? They're
third overall in the league.
Yep.
First in Pacific.
Looking down at you.
I like
looking down at you. Looking down at you. They're not going nowhere. They're not.
Right.
Half the team's in jail, sure.
So,
all right, so this is not the hockey podcast.
No,
this is a Doctor Who podcast.
Yes.
So how was your Christmas, sir?
My Christmas was good.
Yeah? What did you do?
Low-key. I worked most of it.
You did, actually. Did you get a chance to, imbibe and do anything like that?
New Year's.
New Year's. Yeah. You're big on, the New Year's drinking thing more so than the Christmas drinking. Christmas,
I'll work so that coworkers who have kids can have Christmas off. I don't have kids, so I'm not worried about it. I work overnight, so I get off at 8 in the morning. I got time to catch a nap, have a turkey dinner, go into a turkey coma, say hi to family. I can do the whole Christmas thing, no problem.
Yeah.
So it's different for parents that have kids. They want to be home and they're first thing Christmas morning, and the kids opening the presents and everything else. So I'm fine, happy to let my coworkers do that.
Well,
I still get my Christmas in.
I had a really low-key Christmas as well. It was really quiet. I enjoyed... you can't see it on the video, but I decorated, where I have a cat, I don't have the ability to have full-size trees. I have to have little mini trees, such as this one, and there's another one over there, to keep it away from... I don't need a wibbly-wobbly tree, believe me, because, I've had cats before that are like, oh, that's a Christmas tree going up, that's coming down, so...
Oh, yeah.
I had the ability to decorate my tree. I got a Superman decoration, and I got our buddy Fat Apollo. You finally gave me the little button that he passed along to me, and I put that up. I said that'll look really festive. Yep. And I got to be honest, Fat Apollo's face looks very festive in this button. I recommend anybody to check out Fat Apollo.
Yes,
he's pretty awesome. He might even give you a button. Or maybe some soap, possibly some soap. He sells soap. The man's a merchandise machine. He sells soap, for God's sake. All right, so I had a great Christmas. It was fun. You and I both procured Doctor Who things for Christmas, which is awesome. We're going to get to that. You got a bag of goodies. You got a bag of goodies. And we promised each other we would not open stuff.
No.
We know what it is, but we're not going to open it because the big reveal, folks, is going to be on this show.
Yes.
So it's going to be cool. People like our video shows. I don't know why. I really don't know why.
So
you and I are not very photogenic, but people like it anyway. So.
Well, do you want to show off your first Christmas item?
Yeah, I guess we'll get to it's a local note, really.
Oh, yeah.
More than anything else. This whole section is a local note. We're going to get into other stuff down the road. Husbands of River Song we'll talk about, some speculation, fun stuff like that. All right, so let's get into it. First off, I will... Well, did you see Star Wars?
Yes, I saw Star Wars.
Yeah, you saw Star Wars. All right, the first thing I want to point out to... Well, why do you point me to this one?
Yeah, no.
You want me to do that first?
Because it's already there on camera.
Oh, is it? Okay, all right.
We'll switch camera angles, because I can do that.
Okay, all right, we'll do that. Okay.
Here's your Christmas
I'll get to the Star Wars thing in a minute, but okay, so this is a duo, basically. It's two different mugs, glasses, really, that my brother Barry and his wife Stephanie gave me, and they're the parents of the beautiful little niece, the sweet little niece. 6+ months old now, so I kind of love her. I don't know when people hear this, but by the time people hear this, she'll be over 6 months old.
Yeah.
So that was her first Christmas. It was awesome. So I said to Barry, like, he said to me, like, what do you want for Christmas? I was like, just whatever, Doctor Who, man. Like, you know, you whatever it is. So this is what he procured me. I have no idea where he purchased this to. There's only a few stores in. Well, I can't even say that anymore. There's a lot more than a few stores now where you can get Doctor Who stuff in St. John's. So I'm not even sure that it came from like Toy Masters or something, maybe the usual haunts. But regardless, I have no idea. People can Google it. I have no idea how much this retails for in Canada, but it is the Doctor Who set of 2 16-ounce, and they put it in as 473 milliliter glasses. So official, of course, official license, BBC. In the back, you can see, I don't know if you can.
You can.
You see the back there.
Move it down on camera a little bit.
Move it down.
Yep.
So that's the front, and there's the back. Now on the back, which is interesting, is that it says 3rd Doctor, 4th Doctor, 5th Doctor, but it doesn't show the first and one since then. So I'm guessing this is part of maybe a bigger set.
Could be.
You know what I mean? Like the other sets would have like the listing of the previous Doctors and the successor Doctors. So maybe this is one part of a bigger set. I don't know, but they do list the various Doctors. So let's bust this bad boy open, shall we? I think I can just put it in the back there.
Tab on the back.
Tab on the back. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Watch now, I open something, break it. That's what my clumsy fat fingers. I don't have the wrists of Alexander Ovechkin scoring goals. You know? All right, so the first one up. Oh, nice, huh? Look at that. First one is, of course, a classic TARDIS look. That's beautiful. And
so put it forward in front of the forward in front of the box, and then forward a bit more. There you go.
There we go. So that's a TARDIS one right there. Beautiful design. I really like that design.
It's comic book.
It's comic book. I was going to say comic book design, yeah. And this one, and you can take this out.
Throw the box away.
Don't throw the box away. It's a beautiful box. Keep that box. Oh, that's even better. I like this one more.
Daleks.
Yeah, classic Daleks too. Classic Daleks.
Right down with the other one. There you go.
There we go. Yeah, so classic. So that, I mean, that's fantastic. I love that. Like, I love them. They will, you know, those Daleks are going to be finding themselves exterminating an awful lot of cola. And perhaps this TARDIS will be dematerializing some alcoholic beverages. We don't know yet, but I think these are perfect mugs or a perfect glass for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that is first up for me. What have you got, sir? What have you got to show me and show yourself?
Let's see. First up, out of my box of swag, you can slide your glasses to the side because I'm on camera angle.
You're on camera angle.
I'm on the same camera with you.
All right, we'll move that over.
First up for me.
I'm gonna put these back in the box actually. Go ahead.
Okay, is a 10th Doctor keychain from Funko Pop.
From where?
Funko Pop vinyl.
Funko Pop. Oh, Pop vinyl. Okay.
There he is. I'll just get him out of the box. There now.
Nice, cool looking.
Yeah, he's
like him, man. That's the one you're collecting, isn't it? Was that the series you're collecting already?
No, I have no specific collection going. I have 3 or 4.
You have no specific one, yeah. You're just scattershotting the entire universe, really. That's all you're doing.
So, on 10th Doctor, jeez, there's a lot of extraneous packaging to this thing. But
well, he's sorry. He's very sorry.
He doesn't want to go in my pocket.
Never try to outpun the pun master, folks.
So I've got, there we go. We have the 10th Doctor David Tennant keychain from Funko Pop Vinyl.
You're gonna use that as a keychain?
I don't know. I have a TARDIS keychain now.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
So he might just hang out in the house.
Did you see, speaking of TARDIS, did you see how the TARDIS is up in my nativity display? Right there. That's the one I got from the convention, right? The one with the 3D model one?
Yeah.
3D printing. That's pretty cool. Let me see it. That's fantastic.
It's a David Tennant keychain.
Jesus, solid too.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, they're nice, man. And you don't have a cat that would chew the hell out of it, so...
No, and I can take
it. You're doing okay.
And there's even a little hook there you can undo and take the big key ring off.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can have them just as an easier figure.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, so next up...
That is acquisition number 1. Next up for yourself.
You got more than I do, don't you?
I only got 2 more down there.
2 more? All right.
Yeah.
Next up, Steve loves Star Wars, folks. The Farce Awakens, I call it. The Rewrite Awakens, the Retcon Awakens. However, prior to the big debut of that movie that I cried at the friggin' trailers for and now feel like a fool for doing so, my buddy Harry, who has been a guest on the show before, Harry acquired for me for Christmas the Star Wars The Black Series Titanium Millennium Falcon.
There it is.
This is the same Millennium Falcon, folks, that if you haven't seen the movie...
it's the same Millennium Falcon that did the Kessel Run in under 12 parsecs.
It's also the same one that Han Solo somehow lost for like friggin' years.
Quiet now, spoilers.
Well, listen, the movie's been out for like how long now? You should have seen it by now.
Spoilers.
I'm sorry, folks, but you should have seen it by now. Mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of things, did you actually go see... did you see the Christmas special after in theaters?
Yes.
Okay, we got that story to tell then, because I didn't go, so we got that story.
I did too.
Because we haven't really talked much since the last show. So.
Do you want to unbox that, or...?
Yeah, I could, I suppose, yeah. I could.
Or are you leaving it in there?
No, I'll unbox it. Yeah, so, I mean, so far as I understand, like, I mean, as a Star Wars fan, I don't have an awful lot of collectibles, but yeah, that's my cat.
I know. I almost lost my hand.
I'll get that for you in a minute.
Yeah.
None shall pass.
Because it's your cat.
That's awesome.
It's my Doctor Who.
This is how many times? This is the second time the cat's made a run-in on the video. It's awesome. People love it. At least I do, anyway. Yeah. So I don't have an awful lot of Star Wars collectibles, but I'm of the understanding that this Black Series is the new thing, right?
The Black Series is the new...
It's the new thing. Cool, basically.
Yep.
But now, when you go into a Walmart, I mean
it's
Walmart pretty much is owned by Star Wars right about now.
It's their new main series is the Black Series.
Yeah.
So
let's see. All right. There we go. You know what I like about this?
Oh, it's got a display stand and everything.
Yeah. You know what I like about this? We can now tag this as we talked about Star Wars to get a lot more hits. Yeah, so it's tacked on there.
Yeah, you don't need to take it off of that.
I'm not going to take it off, but it's like, like a dinky size, dinky weight. So, yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, it's good detail, too. Yeah. If you look at it, it's really good detail for, like, something that's, like, so small, right?
Yeah.
That's great. I mean, I saw other ones at like, Walmart and stuff. They have almost, TIE fighters and everything.
Yeah.
Like, everything you could think of. Probably even a Death Star you could probably choke a kid on.
Oh, God. We don't want to choke the children.
Well,
Then how do they bug the parents to buy the merchandise?
Good point.
Come on.
Yeah, good point. Just the ones that like Star Wars like you. All right, what have you got up for me, sir?
Well, you round yours out, because my next two go together. My last two go together.
Okay.
So very well, so.
Okay. Put that in there. It still has the Walmart security tag on it. Yeah, okay.
You can leave that out.
What do you mean by leaving it out?
Yeah. No, that's not...
Putting a path to here.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Well, this is not really anything related to anything, but our buddy Steve Windsor was here for Christmas. A rare visit by Steve, and I have to do the update that he's still working on. So far as I understand the story, I'm not a techie, you can explain more about it, but Steve has the copies of the Oracle of Time that we were intending on reproducing as an audio play, which is the fan video from years and years ago.
Yeah.
Steve has the only extant script copies on Windows, what's part 95?
Oh, God.
What is it, though? Is it Windows 3.1 or something?
3.11,
3.11, yeah. Okay, so he has it on Windows 3.11.
Oh, my God.
But the problem is that program predates, like, Notepad and WordPad and stuff.
Yes, it does.
So he has to find a corresponding program that will allow him to open the file, because right now it's all coming up all jumbled like some kind of weird ASCII thing. Oh, my God. Okay. So while he's working on that, we're still working on, once we get that script, we'll eventually be able to move forward with the project of doing the fan video or fan audio. So anyway, that's just a local update for that. But so Steve hasn't really been talking to me in the last few months and isn't aware that I quit smoking months ago.
Whoops.
So as Steve being the erudite type of person that he is, the very well spoken, the very well dressed individual that he is, big fan of the 1940s style stuff.
Yeah.
Got me. This is actually a little mini cigar case, or cigarette case, I should say, and it's really like really cool and old school. I mean, he's the same guy that got me into pocket watches, Steve. He really is. He's he's my Doctor Who mentor and my bespeckled individual. But unfortunately, I love it too. It's like I even said to him, "But it's almost worth me going back smoking." Almost, but not quite. And this is a watch that he gave me as well. It's a nice little watch. It's actually a Molson Canadian watch, even though I drink Labatt's for the most part. Do you drink Molson Canadian?
I drink rum.
Have you ever drank Molson Canadian? Was that a thing that you ever, like, you had a flavor for it?
No, not really.
No? What was your beer choice?
Rum.
So you never drank beer? Come on.
Guinness.
Of course it's Guinness. Fiddly diddly dee. He likes the Guinness, folks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And finally, rounding it out, Steve Windsor also provided me with a couple of copies. You know how much I crap on IDW,
Mm-hmm.
but they did do a good job when it came to reprinting the classic comics from back in the day, Marvel UK stories.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it in order. Let's see. This is yeah, it's number 1 there. So we got some classic Doctor Who classics. Number 1. It's pretty cool. I think it's about 2008 this came out.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the back cover where they're promoting their now currently canceled, no longer being produced David Tennant 10th Doctor series, which I'm so glad they stopped doing. Yeah, that is listed for January 2008, so that's around there. And of course, the interior is just a reprinting with better graphics. That's the Iron Legion story, classic story. I remember reading that when I was a kid. One of the first things I read actually when I became a Whovian was that series. And issue 2, and then there's the issue 2 right there. You can tell this is, by the way, you can tell this is a this is based on an iconic screen capture, right? You can tell that is, because I've actually seen that screen capture before.
We'll show it to the camera.
I am. Calm down, Mike. Calm down. Right there. Yeah. Mask of Mandragora, I think, is the screen capture. And then it jumps to issue number 8, which is this issue, the guy who did the art for this issue basically just based it on the art from the original run of the comic. So, again, you know.
Doctor Who comics?
Doctor Who comics, classic comics, great
Nice
stuff. So I appreciate that from Steve Windsor.
Awesome.
I thank him greatly, and I'm glad he had a safe trip back to Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Cool.
So that is my run of Doctor Who things for Christmas season. Sir,
I have 2 more.
all right. I don't know what these are. So it's going to be great.
No, continuing on the Funko Pop vinyl.
Man, you're big on them.
Well, this is what was given to me.
Yeah, but they're obviously giving them to you for a reason.
This is the Funko Pop vinyl 4th Doctor.
Let me move this out of the way there for you.
Put him up closer. There we go. We got Mr. Baker, which I'm going to take back for just a second and open up.
Okay. Gotta keep an eye on my cat, make sure she doesn't chew on my comic books. She does that. She's destructive that way.
And
That's an awful lot of packaging for that.
what?
Awful lot of packaging.
Oh. But he'll go back in easy enough after. And
So I guess they're all in that same style, aren't they?
they are all in the same style. Boom, and there he
I
is.
love that his head is so big.
That's the style that they've done it with.
Great.
And I mean, there's also there's a 12th Doctor, 11th Doctor, 10th Doctor, a Dalek, a Cyberman, an Adipose, no Weeping Angel.
You know what I'm going to ask?
Well,
Where's my 6th Doctor, man?
where's your 6th Doctor?
When's that happening? Because I bet you he looks awesome
Well,
in that style.
And I mean, like, you could whop
You
somebody.
could brain
with that.
something there with that. You
Yeah.
could, yeah.
The head turns.
Oh, awesome. So he's actually kind of like...
He does have a little bit of articulation.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's awesome. His arms don't turn, though. He's got a little
I
sonic
think-
screwdriver.
yeah,
That's
I think-
awesome.
Actually, I think the arms do go up and down.
Do they?
Yeah.
That's great. Well, I mean, that's the genesis of the Daleks era, right? Is what that is. Like the Sontaran experiment era.
Yes.
That's great. That's fantastic. Season 12.
Yeah, no, his arms don't move. Okay.
Yeah.
But-
You learned that the hard way, didn't you?
Now, what, of course, would the Doctor be without
Oh, yes.
his TARDIS?
Oh, that's beautiful.
The Funko Pop
That's
vinyl TARDIS.
beautiful. Oh, you bust that open. You do that now. You make that happen. That's fantastic. Who gave you all the stuff?
My sister and my nephews. And my brother-in-law.
Oh, that's great, man. Folks, while he's doing that, I said to Steve last night, make sure that you, don't open anything for the purpose of the podcast. And he said, yes, don't worry, I'll take care of that. I said, what are you doing now? He said, I'm lying down on the couch with my TARDIS blanket.
Yep.
And I said, you're a nerd, Steve. And he said, yeah.
And?
Yeah, and I said, oh, I'm just confirming it. That's all. I'm just confirming.
Oh, there's no confirmation needed. It is what it is. I am a nerd. So here we have the
Oh, that's beautiful.
Pop vinyl TARDIS
Oh, yeah.
for the Doctor.
It's got some weight to it.
And the door opens.
Oh, okay.
So
Can you see the interior?
no, you can see the
Is
blue.
there an interior?
No, there's a molded blue.
Oh, molded blue. Okay.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
But if you wanted, you could, if you can set it up right with the size of his head.
Or maybe the 10th Doctor one could fit in there. Although he'd be out of dimensions, I guess.
With the size of Mr. Tom's head.
He always did have an ego, I gotta say. He really did. He thought he was too big for the show.
No, I can't quite get it. I'd have to fiddle with it a lot more to get it open with a display like that.
Still. And where are you going to display these to?
In my studio in the house. What has become my studio. There's my doctor and my TARDIS.
That's great, man.
I like
that. Is
them.
fantastic.
They're awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. I like that. That's a lot of weight to it.
Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah, that's really good. I love that the doors open and close.
Yeah.
And you're right, like not having a bottom, you can put stuff in and have it display when you open the door.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe not exactly Tom Baker.
Oh, there was somebody on the...
maybe Peter Capaldi.
There was somebody on the podcast page, facebook.com/the Whostorian, who made the comment, when I updated to our profile page, I updated with the police telephone, free for use of public notification.
Yeah.
And he said that I should use the older one that actually says advice and assistance obtainable immediately.
Yeah.
Because the new one doesn't.
Urgent calls.
Urgent calls responded to.
Yeah.
So, officer and cars respond to all calls. Advice and assistance obtainable immediately.
There you go.
And to be honest with you, I'm a huge hardcore Whovian nerd.
I know.
But I don't think I ever noticed that they don't have that type of wording in the newer versions.
No, I don't think I noticed the change.
Gotta be honest, I didn't notice.
Now we're going to get emails and comments. And
I'm sure we will. Yeah, death threats, probably.
you call yourselves...
You call yourselves a self-respecting Whovian?
At Marshall Lush on Twitter.
Shut up. At Shannon and Steve on Twitter.
ShannonMLush@gmail.com.
Oh, I hate you. Oh, yours is StyleandSteve@gmail.com. So there.
Yeah.
And the Whostorian@gmail.com.
Yep.
So that rounds out our merchandising.
That's our happy Whovian Christmas.
Itemizing. Yeah, they're itemizing. I'll show this to people in case they want to get a better look, because I know that there's people who say, "How come you didn't show all the stuff?" That's a classic right there.
There you go. You should be able to see the camera angle.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So, well, actually, more forward.
Mm-hmm.
Forward. There you go. And they're like,
yeah,
they're artistic and
they're on canvas. They're printed
on canvas and printed, and they're not too expensive, because there's a place down in the Village Mall that sells a whole whack of them. Like a full...
But they're very nicely done.
They're fantastic. Yeah, they're fantastic. This is Amazing
No,
Spider-Man.
they're amazing, not fantastic.
Amazing Spider-Man number 68 is what this is there. It's a crisis on campus, Steve. That's what that is. Crisis on campus. So you got to notice Spider-Man's going to settle their hash on that one. So yeah, that's my my nerdy geek stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there's lots more, but out of frame. But
tons of it
suffice
around.
it to say, I don't have as much here as you do.
Home.
You have stuff that's like overspilling.
Yes.
Like when you're talking about putting the TARDIS in the studio, I'm thinking, yeah, you're gonna have to clear some space from all the other TARDISes and all the other Doctor Who
I
things.
gotta see how many TARDISes I have.
You must have at least 4 or 5.
TARDISes. TARDI.
TARDI. We'll go with TARDI.
Okay. I can see how many of them I have.
You must have a few by now.
4 that I can think of off the top of my head. 5.
This is the last day, folks, that everything stays up, because as we record this, it's Old Christmas Day. Yes.
No. Old Christmas.
We're past Old Christmas Day.
Today is Old Christmas Day.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I knew that. Yeah.
Okay.
Happy Old Christmas Day for you, then.
Happy Old Christmas Day.
So yeah, this will be the last day for this stuff. But if we do like any more videos here in the future, we should truck in some of your merchandise to put up on the wall as well, because I don't have anywhere near as much as you do. Although I gave you, maybe we'll bring that box of stuff over that I left at your place, that big blue box full of all the Target novels and all that stuff.
Or we can set up over there.
You never even thought about that.
It's easier to bring you to one place than
I suppose. But I'm lazy. You know I like being here. I'm lazy. All right, so that's that. So let's get to actual Doctor Who stuff.
Okay.
Now that we've enjoyed all our stuff. Now, you can't tell me that you are not at some point going to go home, and when no one's around, you're going to take the TARDIS and you're going to go make some whooshing noises. Because I've been to your place, and you got a big long hallway, and you're going to go whoosh, whoosh, whoosh with the hallway.
No, I'm not.
No. All right. No. Off camera. We'll talk about that off camera. It's okay. It's all right. It's fine. All right. So let's get into that thing we do, Steve. Do you have any information that we could possibly discuss when it comes to that thing that we do that we don't have the sound effect for. So we'll just say it's...
Not today, I don't.
You don't?
No.
You don't have anything there?
No.
Oh, all right. Well, I got a few things.
Okay.
Like off the top of my head. I don't have any...
I can switch...
Go ahead.
No, because my...
Have I done it to you again?
No, you haven't quite done the meeting. It's just the laptop is being consumed mostly resource-wise into the recording. So I wasn't really prepared to do the modes of news.
Lower communications barrier. We don't have the sound effects, so I have to do it. This is not the first time that I've blindsided you with this.
It's not so much that you've blindsided me, it's just that my poor overworked laptop.
Indeed. That should be part of the drinking game.
Everything. Oh, Lord, the drinking game.
Anyway, all right, so while we're working on that, I will say that I just today posted the results from the British Board of, what is it, BARB? It's the British Broadcasting Board. It's a rating system. I don't
Christmas official ratings. The Husbands of River Song.
There you go. But what is it? It's the British Classification Board or something? It's the, I know the acronym is BARB, but I don't know what the actual British Board of something.
It doesn't tell me on this particular article.
Okay.
Because it doesn't want to.
It doesn't want to.
Husbands of River Song had an official rating of 7.69 million viewers.
Right. And the point I was making was when I saw that that BARB, we're just gonna call it BARB, that BARB release comparison figures for the previous Christmas specials, and this one rates the lowest of all the Christmas specials. So how do you?
They did rank higher than the Queen's Christmas message.
Yeah, that's not hard though, because there's a lot of disloyal colonists, or I can't call them colonists, disloyal to the monarchy is what they are. How dare they?
Christmas Day saw impressive time shift figures. The top program of the week was the final episode of Downton Abbey.
I thought that show ended a long time ago, actually.
With 10.92. Mrs. Brown's Boys with 9.49 million.
Waiting for the reality show.
Call the Midwife, 9.3 million. Stickman, 9.28 million. Strictly Come Dancing, 8.54. There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep. Dr. Who was 8th for the week and 7th for Christmas Day. It achieved higher ratings than the ubiquitous soaps Coronation Street, EastEnders, and Emmerdale.
Yeah, but that's just flowery phrasing to make it seem like Doctor Who did better than it did. I mean, the fact of the matter is, I don't mean to be bitter, but the fact of the matter is, it's this particular Christmas special, as much as we enjoyed it, and we'll talk about it, comes in as the lowest in comparison to the previous Christmas specials. How do you feel about that?
I'm confused by it. And that it has been dropping that way since, well, it started slow, but then the build was there into Tennant, and then it just started to decline again. And the decline continues. Tennant
had the one, the Voyage of the Damned is the highest rated one.
The man took down a fandom with 5 words.
But okay, all right. So they brought in popular singer Kylie Minogue for that one. Plus, David Tennant was a very popular doctor. Plus, the concept hadn't been beat to death yet. It was still kind of fresh.
Yep.
And it was coming off of, I mean, did he do, what was the previous one to that? Was it Christmas Invasion was the previous one to that?
Yes.
Was that his first Christmas special after
the Christmas Invasion? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the concept was still fresh and, it was all good. But, yeah, I still, I looked at it and I said, really? That, like, the snowman beat it? Really? The Doctor, the Witch, and the Wardrobe beat, like, the Husbands of River Song? Really?
Yep.
Anyway, it's a worrying trend. I mean, Capaldi's era has not been ratings-wise up to par with previous eras. Not to do with him. I agree that it is a case of the writing. But speaking of the Christmas special, screw all those people, because I enjoyed it and you enjoyed it, right?
Yes.
All right, so let's talk about this. Written by Stephen Moffat, who had a lot to answer for after the conclusion of season 9.
Directed by Douglas McKinnon. Script editor David Davis. Producer
Isn't he
Nikki
the fellow
Wilson.
whose parents hate him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Executive producer Stephen Moffat and Brian Minson. Yes.
Biggest thing, of course, the hook of the fact that it's...
the biggest thing in the show was King Hydroflax.
I did love Queen. I gotta be honest, I loved him. But the biggest thing, of course, of the show is the hook being, hey, it's River Song.
It's River.
She's back
River's
again.
return,
you know. I was very anticipating how she was going to react to and how she was going to interact with Capaldi. I thought it was the most successful interaction between the two. It was like an old comedy duo.
I like the comedy duo, the way it played off. I like that she didn't click in.
I love that fact.
You know,
people say that they played it too heavy-handed.
Yeah,
that like they did it too much, but I enjoyed it.
It was great. It was
really goofy and fun, and I like
because
that.
After all, I'm the doctor. Well, you should hope you are. This man needs saving.
It was awesome when he says, "No, seriously, really?" he could not believe it. I like that, yeah.
And then her impassioned speech about loving the doctor, and that he doesn't love her back. But how could you love a star and hadn't expected to love you back. And if I know him, he's nowhere near here right now. Hello, sweetie. And you just see the puzzle fall into place.
I thought the build was really well done. I understand that she's a derivative character from Benny, and I understand that Moffat kind of dipped his wick in the Big Finish universe for that. Or actually, it would have been the New Adventures universe. But Alex Kingston is fantastic as River Song. She brings vivaciousness. She's pretty. She's a good actress. I love her bubbly nature, but yet she has a real soft side, and she's just an intriguing character, and she's interesting. I'll give Moffat credit for that, because he has intricately layered her backstory. Like, this, in a way, is the puzzle piece that ties into stuff that happened years and years ago with Silence in the Library. And I love the fact that he tied it all together. For once, Moffat actually had a grand scheme for at least this character, and actually managed to say this to A to B to everything slots in.
I will take issue with one item in the show that I think was just too gratuitous.
Okay.
Scratch, the alien who was providing payment for the diamond.
Yeah.
The whole face falling apart.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'll agree with you on that.
That was a bit too gratuitous, especially for a Christmas Day, for what's ostensibly a children's show.
I mean, I didn't think that. I thought that it was kind of a redone version of Deep Breath. It reminded me of that scene, like that whole sitting at the table, everybody's looking scene.
Well,
was kind of too much like Deep Breath for me.
It kind of called back to the Snake Man.
It did, yeah, that too, yeah.
But that was done really cool, and
it was,
and it broke down a little better than
what's his name?
That broke down a lot better.
CERN,
something like that. Yeah. But that broke down and came apart and went back Colony Sark. That went back together a whole lot better than watching someone pull their face in half.
So are you objecting to it because you thought it was a dodgy special effect, or because you thought it was just too much for Christmas Day?
I just thought it was too much for Christmas Day. I thought it was too much for Doctor Who.
Wow, really?
Like, they've pushed the envelope on effects before and visual effects and what they're doing, but they haven't done gross for gross sake.
Yeah,
and that's how this came across.
It didn't really serve the plot at all.
He could have just lifted it out of his pocket and said, "Here you go."
Yeah, I agree.
To me, it was just gross for gross sake.
I just thought it was repetitive. I didn't think it was gross. I just thought it was repetitive. But I see where people would think that's gross. I mean, it's supposed to be a bit of fluff. It's supposed to be a bit, light and fluffy. But to be fair, man, some of the Matt Smith Christmas specials were just downright depressing. So I mean,
that's Matt Smith,
and this was an improvement over last year. Right, it was an improvement over the face-hugging, ridiculous alien nature of last year. I don't know who liked last year. I don't understand why anybody would. I liked it a lot more than I disliked it. I can tell you that it was.
I like that we jumped again into River's timeline, which we can jump in and out of wherever we please. But now to know where her next step is going to take her.
Well, our next step is going to be 24 years with the Doctor.
Well, yeah, that night of 24 years.
Yeah.
But her next.
Do you think that's fan service?
But her next step is the library.
Yes. Yeah.
Because she says
they've already confirmed that.
He came to me one night and gave me a sonic screwdriver.
And he was crying and yeah.
Well, did you catch the bit where he scanned her to put her consciousness into the screwdriver?
I mean, I suppose I did, but I guess I didn't catch it on.
He was
at the time.
Look, the screwdriver, flashy, flashy, flashy.
No, but now that you think of it, that's pretty cool. That ties it all in.
That's the bit where he puts her consciousness into the screwdriver.
Okay.
So she can go to the library.
Again, like the care and respect that Moffat put into his own creation.
Yes.
That he doesn't put into the
rest of the show.
That guy's he's begging for a spin-off with the River Song, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Would you say that it's the most effective use of River Song in years?
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
I agree.
She's an adventurer. She's a con artist.
But just where she's slightly older, like the actress, and where Capaldi's an older doctor and an older man, I just that chemistry in one episode was better than every time she ever appeared with Matt Smith.
This was.
I just thought it was.
This was back to the Tennant River relationship.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. Yeah. It had echoes of that.
It had the chemistry there for that.
Yeah, it definitely did. I liked that. I mean, okay, let's talk about Hydroflax.
King Hydroflax.
He was a classic megalomaniacal, over the top, ranting and raving would-be world conqueror who gets
Universal conqueror
who gets undermined by just stupidity, and it was hilarious. I thought that, I mean, I know that the actor is a comedian.
Yes.
And I know they were going to kind of play it for laughs a bit, and that's not the first time they've done that. Because sure, what's his name was in Last Christmas. He was a comedian too. The guy who played Santa Claus.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm okay with that light Christmassy nature of it, but I also liked that they did an awful lot of just visual sight gags with him, like stuffing his face into a bag. He was like rumbling the whole time.
We're being threatened by a bag.
Yeah, I just thought it was good. And the way the doctor finally expressed a bit of joy, you could tell it had been a long period of time for his timeline.
That he'd been able to smile.
He even says as much. So I like that fact. I like that they didn't dwell. They didn't ignore, but they didn't dwell on the supposed death of Clara. I like that they didn't dwell on that. I like what he was wearing. Did you like that he had the sort of echoes of the first Doctor in what he was wearing?
Yes.
Yeah, it was good.
He got back very close to that.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Yeah, it's like he's taking a round.
I wore a suit. That's not a suit. And then he puts on a suit at the end, and it is the whole tie.
It's the cravat, the whole thing. Like it's great. He's like taking a tour of the previous Doctor's classic wear.
No sixth.
What? But shut up. Shut your dirty stinking lying face. Shut up. Yeah. You know, now that I think about it, you're right. It is.
He stuck around.
It was gratuitous to have ripped off Buddy's face. Yeah, it was. Yeah. There was. I'm trying to think of an in-story reason for it, but actually, it's just a visual effects thing
to make the Scratch and the rest of his followers more menacing. It just makes them a little bit disturbing more than anything.
Yeah. No, you're right. I can see it. Yeah. Did you like that singing songs, the singing sands, the whole like notion that these giant
the pillars
are going to be singing, and I thought that it was. I mean, you could tell it was an insert shot where you were like, well, here's the but I did enjoy it. I thought it looked good. There's not really a lot to dislike. Like it was up to par to what I expected it to be.
It's what a Christmas special should be.
Now let's talk about your experience, because you saw it. Did you see it the first time?
I saw it on Christmas Day.
But did you see it? So you saw it on Christmas Day, and then you saw it.
And then I saw it in theaters.
So, how did they compare to the theater experience?
Oh, nothing compares to the theater experience. Come on, man.
Don't be that guy.
Come on.
All right. Well, what bonus features did they have?
Something about a 50-foot screen. Come on, now.
I'll give you that.
They did.
Size matters.
It was bigger on the
inside. Listen, is that the sonic screwdriver in your pocket, or are you happy to see me? Bump, ching.
Ow.
What? Yeah, sorry. What bonus features and stuff did they have?
There was a bonus rehashing of River's timeline.
Oh, okay.
And there was a behind the scenes.
Who hosted that?
What was his name? Nerdle. Matt Lucas, who's another English comedian.
Okay.
He hosted it.
Okay. Did he host both those things?
Yep.
Okay.
No, the River Song introspective, the timeline was done by the actress who played Mel's.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yep.
Oh, that's a while back. Wow.
Well, they went right back to they went back to the library.
Yeah.
Talked through the library. Talked through A Good Man Goes to War, like right up through River's timeline that way.
Nice. Okay.
Yep.
So they kind of got you up to speed.
They got you up to speed, and, yeah.
Okay, you weren't so immersed in the Whoniverse that you would know all this stuff.
Here's where this badass came from.
Okay.
And then afterward was the behind-the-scenes footage of shooting the episode.
Okay.
King Hydroflax, Greg Davies showing he was in absolute agony for parts of it, because they actually did build the entire suit, and the way they had it set up when he was lying down first, they had a hole cut in the table.
You can tell that, yeah. When you're watching, you can tell that.
And they were 3 or 4 hours of shooting, so he was sat underneath the body, but the angle he needed to go at was to stretch and contort. And he's like, I'm like this for an hour.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And then getting him up into it. And he said the most unique part of that was actually becoming part of the TARDIS console, because they actually had to cut a hole in the TARDIS console to put him on there.
Yeah, so, like I said, I can tell that's what they did.
Oh yeah, you know that's what they did.
When you see it, right?
Yeah, but they did it really well.
It's a nice practical effect. They could have CGI'd it, but they practically affected it.
And
by that I mean they cut a hole in the TARDIS.
And the snow was cut up, shredded paper.
We could have sent them some snow.
It was especially it's a stage snow that's done. That's just all paper.
And how much, like, in duration, how much time was it that there was bonus stuff?
Oh, about a half hour.
Oh, geez, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. And what was the crowd like? Was it a good crowd?
Full.
Really?
Full theater.
Really? You saw it in the Avalon Mall?
Yeah.
Sweet. Was there any trailers for anything else?
No.
Well, you didn't even stick on like a Sherlock Holmes trailer or something?
No.
Okay.
No.
So when it
Dr.
played
Who.
out,
Yep.
it was IMAX, I'm presuming, was it?
No.
So standard definition.
Standard definition.
But a 50-foot screen.
Yeah, high definition movie like you would find for a movie, yes.
Well, I should say high definition.
Yeah.
Yeah. And good crystal clear sound. And stuff.
Good crystal clear
You
sound.
loved it, didn't you?
It was
Couldn't get
awesome.
enough. Did you bring your TARDIS blanket and sit
No,
back?
no.
Big box of popcorn, you know?
I had the popcorn.
Yeah.
Left the TARDIS blanket home.
Big popcorn?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. All right, so it was fantastic. And what
Yes.
was the reaction from other people? Did people seem to like it?
Yes. Overall, it was really well received. There was a small round of applause at the end.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some people chose not to stick around for the extras, but hey, not everybody's going to.
Why wouldn't you? I totally would.
There's some people don't wait to the end of Marvel movies, man.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Fools.
Yeah.
And when it was done and concluded, lights went up, you felt that was money well spent.
Yes.
And you're going to continue on going to those.
Absolutely.
And you had the Whostorian presence on site.
I was actually going to go to the Sherlock. Because
the Sherlock.
The Sherlock one, what is the name of the episode? The Impossible Bride?
The Abominable
The Abominable Bride. Because they did do that in theaters too.
Did they really?
But it sold out before I could get tickets.
It's not that good anyway. So.
All
right, I won't spoil that one for anybody. That's kind of too fresh.
Mm-hmm.
But that's terrible, folks.
That's too fresh, but you'll spoil Star Wars?
Yeah, because Star Wars has been out for it's Star Wars! Come on, it's Star Wars. No pity. You haven't seen Star Wars, what was it? When did that come out? 3 weeks ago?
Something like that.
Yeah, come on now.
Okay.
Come on. And besides which, no one's going to know, because only people who tune into this are Doctor Who fans, not necessarily Star Wars fans, and they're going to get screwed if they do.
True.
All right, so what about any merch? Did you get any merch? Was there any posters being handed out or anything?
Strangely, no. Not this time around.
That's unfortunate.
Because I know I got posters from the season premiere.
Yeah.
I still have that.
Yeah.
But no.
It's unfortunate. All right, so talking about, rounding it off, talking about what we liked so much about Husbands of River Song. Not only was it was a story that was fun, fast-paced.
Mm-hmm.
It had dire consequences for the character of River going forward, but they didn't dwell on that too much. There was not a lot of... It wasn't depressing, which I'm really happy
about.
It was fluffy without being ridiculous.
And it didn't get sad at the end so much as it got sentimental.
Yeah, good way to put it. Yeah.
3 Husbands of River Song featured in the show.
That's great, man. What'd you think of... So the big robot, what'd you think of it? I thought it looked pretty damn good.
Hydroflax's body, I thought it was great.
I likened it to Gundam.
And as a practical effect, I thought it was done really well.
Yeah,
because it's a suit, it's a puppet, it's.
And I kept grabbing people and shoving at me. It was good. I was like, it was. If I was introducing the concept of Christmas specials to people, this is the one the more recent one that I would probably show them. I would show them, Christmas Invasion. Yeah.
Come on now.
But Christmas Invasion is bogged down for new fans because he had the regeneration. This is a completed. Well, I don't know. Voyage of the Damned. I'm going to go Voyage of the Damned.
My handy spare hand.
It's a fighting hand, though. See? I don't know. I don't know.
Christmas Invasion.
It's a big red button. I'm going to push it. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I got to go with Christmas Invasion. And Kylie Minogue, you got my heart. I love you to pieces, but I'm going to go with Christmas Invasion on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. You've completely undermined everything I was just saying.
All
right. So, what's the Whostorian scarf scale rating for the Whostorian scarf scale rating? I gotta put a picture of Tom Baker up there. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna give it a solid 4 out of 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going
I was
4 out of
pretty
5.
thoroughly entertained with it.
I'm completely entertained.
Yeah. All right. So, rounding down, sir, we have to talk about. We don't have to talk about, but I want to. Jekyll and Hyde. Okay, it's a British television series from ITV, which I'm going to go on a bit of a slight scooch of a rant.
You can tie it into Doctor Who, so go for it.
I absolutely can. Yeah, I always can. So Jekyll and Hyde was a much taunted, or what's the word I'm looking for? Much promoted new series with a new, fresh take on the character of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Which, it's fascinating on its own because, British Gothic stuff is fascinating anyway. And I thought, okay, I'll get behind this. I'll enjoy this. And they have run up to, I believe, the end of the first season now, or it's coming on close to the first season. The entire way during its run, they put it on what's called the pre-watershed time period in England, where it's like the kids go to bed. Or post-watershed, I should say.
Yeah, post-watershed is where you can get away with it.
Yeah, they didn't.
They put
it on pre-watershed.
Oh, God.
Which caused a lot of
issues,
consternation, complaints.
ITV. What was her name back in the day? The one that used to...
Mary Whitehouse.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. The National Viewers Listeners Association. God, I have space in my brain to remember that. You know that? What the hell is wrong with me?
I don't know.
Anyway, so people were complaining vociferously about this, and ITV pretty much went, screw you, we don't care, we're going to leave it on at a pre-watershed time period when kids have access to what is a violent, stupid, messy, sloppy series that was just hyperkinetically ridiculous. And I watched the pilot because I thought they might go somewhere, and because I was drawn in by the fact that former Schalke doctor, former Great Intelligence, Richard E. Grant was in it, and Donald Sumter, who just played Rassilon in the season finale.
And Richard Grant could play really creepy.
Yeah, but
he could.
He was the head of a paranormal investigation team, and it was ridiculously bad.
He wasn't Jekyll?
No, God, no. He was underutilized as the head of...
He could have been Jekyll.
Yeah, he could have been, but he wasn't. It was stupid. It was just a stupid show. So the show hasn't even, at this time as we record this, Old Christmas Day, the show has not debuted in Canada. Okay, it's coming on the CBC, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. Now, those not in Canada aren't aware that the CBC is a publicly funded company.
Yes.
National broadcaster throughout Canada.
Yes.
A portion, maybe a small portion, but still a portion of every Canadian's tax dollars goes to what the CBC puts on the air.
Yes.
Generally, people tend to complain that, I'm paying for stupid-ass Maple Leafs games, and, I'm paying for this, I'm paying for that. And I say, well, we're also paying for, good quality Canadian programming, and stuff that I happen to enjoy. And, of course, they have paid for stuff that is manufactured right here in Newfoundland, such as Republic of Doyle. Great Canadian TV show. Get a plug in for that. But in this particular case, they've got a purchase order, and they're going to start debuting Jekyll and Hyde next week. And I'm thinking the show just got canceled today, right? As we record this today.
They got agreements in place. They got honor agreements.
It's frustrating because it's like, that's Canadian tax dollars
they didn't know
going to a show.
They didn't know this was going to happen.
Then they shouldn't have signed up for a TV show after one season.
Constantine.
I don't want to talk about Constantine. That wasn't CBC. Constantine was
same problem. You would have networks signed up to take it.
I suppose it's the same problem, yes. And
contracts are in place and have to be honored.
It's frustrating simply because this isn't a private broadcaster. It's
probably easier,
your money's going into it, my money's going into it.
But the money spent on it is probably less than would be spent to break the contract.
Possibly.
So,
But I mean, what do they think is going to be the reaction, right? I can predict. I'll be a Doctor Who now.
Who knows?
And predict the future.
Canada might like it.
No, I bet you they won't. I bet you it'll be just as bad in terms of reaction. Anyway, so it's a waste of time, effort, and time slot space we could be on that time slot space. I mean, good. Seriously, we cost the Canadian taxpayers a lot less money, wouldn't we?
We cost them no money. Matter of fact, I've paid taxes on everything I've done for the show.
That is quite true. That's quite true.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so that is that.
That is us.
That is us, I think. I don't think I have anything else. I'm still listening to Big Finish, still reading Doctor Who. What are you doing right now for Doctor Who? Oh, I'm listening to the River Song box set that came out from Big Finish.
I'm enjoying my Funko Pop vinyls and planning the video review for the 10th Doctor figure that I got.
Yeah.
I want a 10th Doctor action figure.
I thought you were going to bring it. Oh, you're saving it.
It's not it wasn't a Christmas present. I wanted it in an auction.
Yeah, still.
So,
Yeah, but all right, fine.
Yeah.
I can't complain because that's just an extra bonus a bonus video thing for you.
Yeah.
We are still working towards guess.
Yes.
I'm tentative plan next week will be Andrew Cartmel, former script editor of Doctor Who in Steve's time frame of the McCoy era. And he has a lot to answer for, folks. Cartmel master plan, a lot to answer for. But we have announced that before, and unfortunately his schedule has not allowed us to
but it looks like the stars are aligning.
Looking even. Hopefully. I've been saying the same thing about Chang Li as well.
But we've got the definite time here now for this.
We do, but we've had definite times twice before, so
I will be here next week.
It's time frame pending.
I will be here. I will be here on Tuesday by 3 p.m.
Yeah, he wants to do it.
He said 8.
8 p.m. his time.
Yeah.
What's that here? Like 4? 3:30?
4:30.
4:30. Okay.
So I'll be here by 3.
So you'll have it all set up and ready to go.
Yeah.
Because that'd be the worst thing if he actually is on the horn and we can't get a hold of him.
Exactly.
Because of technical issues. Can you imagine?
Yeah. So I'll be here by 3 and we'll have it figured out.
All right. So for everybody in the world who listens to this show and is watching this particular episode, go Washington Capitals. I'll say go Los Angeles. I have no beef with the Los Angeles Kings. I just don't want them to win the Stanley Cup again. Again, I point out.
Yep.
Again.
This
will all be taken down, but for the time being...
It'll be, 3 cups in 5 years?
No, it'll be 3 cups in 7 years, but that's close enough.
Good enough.
Yeah, 7 years?
No, 5.
20, no, it's not...
it's 3 cups in 5 years.
No, they won in
if they do
2011, didn't they? Won 2011,
we'll figure it out after.
I'm trying to think now. You got my brain
We'll
messed
figure it
up.
out after.
They won enough cups.
Yes.
They won more cups than I got for Christmas. So there. All right. You can find me at Marshall on Twitter. He is at Style and Steve. For all things Doctor Who, the repository is thewhostorian.ca. And Steve, is there anything else we can left to do? Merry Christmas to all a good night. Merry old Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And yep.
We didn't get into the whole bitching about Capaldi leaving. Because I'm worried about Capaldi leaving.
Well, I'm not worried about Capaldi leaving yet.
Okay.
We'll cover that in another episode.
Okay. All right. Oh, the bitterhoovian.blogspot.ca.
Oh, yes.
That's my new blog
series.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Any plugs?
No.
Sci-Fi on the Rock.
April 1st to 3rd, 2016.
Okay.
Coming up in 3 months.
Yeah.
So
good stuff.
It's coming up.
All right.
Boy, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, but you love that. What else would you be doing?
True enough.
If you didn't do it, you'd have your hands pressed up against the glass. No, let me in, please. You'd love it. That's you live for that stuff.
Anyway, until next week, when hopefully we're talking to Andrew Cartmel.
I certainly hope so.
We'll see you around the vortex.
But if we don't talk to Andrew Cartmel, then we'll bitch about Andrew. No, we won't do that. We won't do that. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be great. Merry Christmas, everyone. To all a good night.
Yay.